This is the Whole Care Network. Helping you tell your story one podcast at a time. Content presented in the following podcast is for information purposes only. Views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the host and guest and may not represent the views and opinions of the Whole Care Network. Always consult with your physician for any medical advice, and always consult with your attorney for any legal advice. And thank you for listening to the Whole Care Network.
The following podcast sometimes offers unusual solutions to usual problems. These solutions are meant for qualified agencies or individuals to put into action. And I'd be willing to bet that's not you. Listen, folks, we don't take ourselves too seriously. Neither should you. So, let's go have a laugh. Welcome to Unscrew It Up, where we offer differently twisted solutions to life's little problems. I'm Josh Wilson.
I'm Amanda Wilson.
Amanda Wilson, how are you doing this week?
I'm okay. I'm still a little bit jet lagged from my trip to the UK, the trip I took without you.
So, thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome.
So what is this that they told you, though, that the fourth day of jet lag is the worst day?
No one told me that. I went with someone to the UK from work, also presented at the same conference. She and I kept the same schedule, except when the kids and I went to London, she went to Scotland. We flew home on the same day, and midweek last week, we were both wiped out. We had been in the office. I had to schedule a meeting with her, and I said, I'm sorry, can we meet online? I'm not in the office. She said, I'm not in the office. I can't get out of this bed. I said, I feel the same way. So somehow it hit both of us in the middle of the week. It is better now, but I'm still recovering from the miles and miles and miles that we walked. I wish we lived in a walking city because I found that it was so much easier to get my steps in, to get exercise, because you're going somewhere with a purpose. If I'm going to walk, I have to go outside our door and walk the loop around our neighborhood in the 97 degree without the heat index. The heat index is like 111 right now and humid. There, it was, we were going to a place. There was a purpose. I find this same thing in New York. And it's much more interesting. Here I pass the same tree 70 times.
Okay, well, I am with you. And actually, talking about walking and getting your steps in and your back hurts a little bit right now.
Yes.
We are going to talk about ways that we can unscrew up the human body today.
The older I get, the more ideas I have.
But before we do that, I have got the best idea that I'm going to pass on to Wilson Technologies. And just as a reminder, Wilson Technologies is our research and development team.
R&D.
And their motto is Wilson Technologies. We'll find out who framed Roger Rabbit. Anyway, I'm going to pass on to them this cutting-edge idea for the next big social media application.
I cannot wait to hear this.
So you're aware of these virtual reality headsets that have been around. First, you've had the Oculus, big, ridiculous-looking brick of a thing that you strap to your head, weigh about 100 pounds. No one is getting laid wearing one of those.
Well, they don't have to. They virtually get laid.
That's right. And so Apple has come out with their version, which is sleeker, but still looks like a ridiculous pair of ski goggles, right?
Okay.
But it's the technology is developing. I suggest that we have a social media app where we utilize this virtual reality so that I can experience what it is to have your life and vice versa.
Okay.
Obviously, this is for people who have these goggles. You need to put a pair of front-facing cameras on these goggles. Mm-hmm. I sign into this app, and we're going to call this app I Am You.
Okay.
I Am You. But it's going to be with the letters I Am You. Emu.
Oh, Emu.
The Emu app.
Okay.
Or Emu. It would have to be Emu because Emu is like the big awkward-looking bird. Yeah. Which, by the way, if someone was looking out of my eyes and they saw how I moved around, they'd be like, God, is this a big awkward-looking bird slamming into things? I would put on these things and I would log into your account and then boom, I'm seeing what you're seeing.
Okay.
I'm living life basically as you, and I've got speakers so I can hear what you're hearing. And I think we're really close to it, actually. I think that probably someone's developing this idea somewhere. I just want to be first to market, with IMU, Wilson Technologies. And you can expand upon it. For example, I think it would be absolutely amazing to have these cameras and the speakers on the helmet of a quarterback. I could finally be athletic.
Or you could do it like on a movie set, or
anything.
You could experience all this stuff. So I think it's a great idea. So how do you feel about this, though? Because the idea is that social media is everyone's, quote, highlight reel.
Yes.
I try really hard to be honest on my social media so that other people see that life is a struggle too. Do we think people will be real so that, if you and I are having an argument, like somebody from across the pond can log on and be in this argument? Are they going to want to? I mean, is it going to be real life, or is it just going to be like, I scored the winning goal, and here you can
I don't know.
experience it?
I think that it's up to the person, like you're either online or offline. Okay. But I feel like, if there's people out in the world who don't like you, set notification when Josh is arguing with Amanda so that they can experience that. But I'm thinking there's so many ways also to talk about having other businesses around this, right? So virtual tourism.
That's cool.
Someone is scaling the Himalayas. I could see myself like opening a virtual travel business where I've got a brick and mortar shop. I've got a store. You come in. I have a room, the Himalaya room, where you make it really cold. Maybe you suck some of the oxygen out so you can feel the oxygen
get a little lightheaded.
deprivation. Or you can do the same thing with I want to visit a volcano, really hot room.
Yeah.
And every now and again, your skin is getting touched with something really hot.
They splash you with wax. Got it.
Yeah. The possibilities are endless. And like I'm saying, this is here now.
Yeah.
This is basically 15 minutes away. I just want to get my piece of the pie first.
You better talk to R&D.
All right. Well, Wilson Technologies, get on it, because I'm telling you, this is now. This isn't even the future. This is now. But enough of that nonsense. Amanda Wilson, let's solve the problems of the world.
Yes, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Wilsons will now unscrew it up. The human body.
Human bodies are so weird.
Are they?
I just think so. I mean, if you think about just what it takes to make one, like gestationally, everything that has to get together.
Oh, I was thought you were talking about, baby making, which
no.
That's the best 3 minutes of my life right there.
Get out of here. 3 minutes. Yeah, okay.
Oh, we're moving on. Wow.
Let's start our first fight via
that's right.
Whatever the
log in now.
IMU.
Yeah, the human body has certain things about it that don't make sense to me that I would love to fix.
All right. How many fixes do you have?
We'll see. I think maybe I have 5 ideas, but I may very well come up with more. How many do you have?
I have 3, so you go first.
Okay, so first, teeth.
Okay.
We spend so much money on dental care.
Yes.
When you do have a problem with them, it hurts like it's the worst pain that you can have.
It's really bad, right?
They shouldn't break so easily.
Right.
They should be hardier.
Yes, correct.
Right? So I was thinking about that. And should they be made of like another material? Let's see. I don't know if we're doing a thing here in these solutions where we're proposing things like, okay, your teeth are made out of metal. Well, I mean, but that's not really, that's bio,
right?
Like cybernetic,
right?
Whatever. I don't think that's what I'm shooting for here. I'm just shooting for how would we change the body if we got to create it.
Okay.
So this is what I want. Shark's teeth.
Where the fronts fall out and you've got all these rows
where
behind
we
it.
Just got these rows of teeth behind it, constantly renewing themselves. Perfect. Now, one thing I don't imagine about sharks is either they don't perceive or they don't care about tooth pain, right?
You don't know.
Well, they're tough, though.
They don't have the IMU yet, so you don't know.
I just think that it's not a problem for them. And I think that one of the reasons why it's not a problem for them is because it's not important for them to feel pain in their teeth.
Okay.
They don't need to be reminded to go to the dentist.
Because they got extras.
The tooth breaks off inside of a killer whale or whatever. Boom, another one pops out or however it works. I want rows and rows of teeth going back, roof of my mouth, down my throat. I don't care, whatever.
Oh, God, down your throat.
I don't know
Ow.
how it works.
I had a physical reaction to that. Go ahead.
But I don't need them to be sharp. I don't need them to be shark's teeth in that way or serrated.
Yeah.
No, don't care about that. I'm not going to be taking a seal down, but I want replaceable teeth.
Okay. We have these. They're called dentures.
No. Not as cool.
All right. My biggest problem. So we were talking about unscrewing up the human body, and I was trying to think of, well, I just want to lose weight or this or that. I don't want to age. And you brought up the point that I am constantly hurting myself, and you are not wrong. I think I'm just not careful with myself. I don't take the time. I broke my foot falling down one step. I mean, legit broke my foot.
You're always burning yourself.
Always
when
burning
you're cooking.
myself with a heating implement.
You're always hitting your head either on the counter or on the door frame of the car. It's a problem.
I need bubble wrap under my skin. So I need whatever the human equivalent of underskin bubble wrap is. I mean, I guess I really could just wear a suit of bubble wrap, but if I could get it under my skin, then I bump into something and it's okay. I knocked the mess out of my head in your closet the other day. I was putting laundry away. I bent over to pick up a hanger, stood up, and somehow my head was just under the bottom rack of hanging things and just nailed it on the shelf. I don't know how I do this. I hit the back of my head a lot getting out of the car. If I lean in to pick something up, if I get out of the car, I have forgotten my phone. I lean in to get my phone. I just stand up. I don't back out. I just stand up and then wind up like clunking my head really hard on the door frame.
Isn't this though? Don't we already have bubble wrap under the skin? Isn't that just fat?
Fat and or cellulite because it looks bubbly, but it's not as attractive. I don't know. I need something that prevents me from hurting myself. What do you suggest?
No, I mean, bubble wrap is fine because that way, when you're bored, you don't necessarily need to go to your screen or whatever. You just like reach down to your arm and pop, 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 pop. Yeah.
I can see how that would annoy the mess out of you if we were watching TV, though. You're like, stop popping your skin. That's disgusting.
Ew, that's disgusting.
I don't like this idea. What a different one.
Okay, here's my next one. It annoys me that I can't see through my eyelids. It's so inconvenient. So we need our eyelids to keep our eyes safe, right? Like if you're in a situation where, you know, there's a sandstorm or like the wind is up and it's like whipping things around, or even you're in a situation where let's say you're in a boat or whatever and the wind is blowing into your face, you have to close your eyes. You're missing all the cool stuff. All the cool stuff happens when it's windy. I've always said this. So I would like to have clear eyelids.
What about underwater? Then you wouldn't even need goggles.
See, we're vibing here, baby. Yeah. We're vibing. We're on the same wavelength. Yes, clear eyelids would solve all of those problems.
It would freak me out though when you were sleeping and you're just staring at the ceiling. It would be weird.
It wouldn't freak you out because
your eyes would roll back in your head. Do your eyes roll back in your head when you shut your eyelids?
I don't know. I can't see them. See, we can't even. Oh, folks, if you could only see what Amanda's doing right now, trying to discover this. Clear eyelids. Or maybe I'm not like thinking far enough ahead, because then it's like one of the good things about having eyelids is when you do want to shut the lights out, you can. So maybe what I really want is 2 sets of eyelids. I want a clear set and then I want another set.
You want the Dwayne Wayne sunglasses of eyelids is what you want.
That is a throwback that 5 people got. Maybe it could be that from the bottom, they're clear, like the clear ones come from the bottom, and then the ones that you can't see through come from the top. And by the way, if we're going to go ahead and differentiate these, then we need to make the top eyelids blackout eyelids, right? We need to then not see any light through it whatsoever, because that's also a frustration. Now, I've got these eyelids not exactly fit for purpose because they still let some light through.
That's right.
So we need to fix the eyelids. This is what I've determined. And in general, one of the things that really annoys me about the human body is that sometimes I think that we're like bargain basement. I feel like we are made from parts that were meant for something else. Like, for example, our skull. You're talking about how you hit your head the whole time. Our skull is meant to protect our heads from impact, right?
Our brains.
Protect our brains from it. But it hurts like hell.
Yeah, it really does. But that's supposed to teach you to not do whatever that thing is.
Well, clearly that's not working. If it's going to be truly something to protect your brain, it needs to be like so thick, and you shouldn't be able to break it, and it shouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
So eyelids, need to fix them. Not fit for purpose. What's your next one?
My second thing I thought about when I thought, what really hurts my body? And we've talked about now my lower back hurts, and my lower back has hurt since I had the 16-year-old because I was in labor for 19 hours. And I had back labor, which is where the baby is turned so that it's pressing against your spine. You didn't have a C-section, had natural childbirth, well, epidural with her. Then 6 years ago with the 6-year-old, I was in labor for 30-something hours, also back labor. Accidentally had natural childbirth because the anesthesia bag was empty and none of these brilliant people we paid thousands of dollars for realized it. I have had lower back problems since then. So pregnancy and childbirth really, really screws up your body.
Yes,
right?
it does.
It just, especially if you're a smaller person. I'm petite. I am 5'3" and I have no torso. I'm all leg, no torso. So all of my organs got shoved around to be able to gestate these children. No, I don't even know how to fix pregnancy unless we just lay eggs. I don't know how to do that. I'm here to fix childbirth by riffing on your solution for snot, which we covered a few weeks ago, which is the snot zipper.
No, it was doors.
Doors. It was the swinging doors. Give me a zipper, and I don't mean a cesarean section. I mean it's like a Ziploc bag that you are created with, and should you choose to have a child, they just go in, unzip it, take the baby out, done.
All right, you said two different things here. You said zipper, and you've also said Ziploc bag.
Well, a Ziploc bag is a zipper.
Well, no, it's different. For zipper, I would be afraid you'd get your hair caught in it.
Okay.
That would be a problem.
Okay.
And Ziploc bags, like, they're not very secure.
You got the yellow side and the blue side, and it makes the green thing down the middle.
Right,
Okay.
but what if it just pops open one day? That's
and then
horrifying.
the babies just fall out.
No, when you're not, you're born with this
Yes.
zipper, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm proposing that humans be born with a pouch like a kangaroo.
You still have to, but kangaroos are mammals. You still have to birth the baby and then it crawls in the pouch. It's not born into the pouch.
Oh, yeah. Well, then I propose that we have some sort of backpack system where the baby develops in your backpack.
I already have, okay, in the backpack, not my back. I already have back problems.
No,
from these
just
children.
some sort of like thing where we have and it can be like detachable. It could be a thing that
like a fanny pack.
No, I'm just saying this, like there's things that we have in our body that we can take off, like the appendix. Like we're done with the appendix, we take it off. We've got this pregnancy backpack that you have until you're ready to not have kids anymore, and then you cut it off, done.
Okay. The cutting off sounds painful, but okay.
This solution that I just offered is probably one of the dumbest, like probably one of the most ill-conceived, no pun intended, ill-thought-out man type thing to say.
It really is. Can you just trust me on the fact that I need a Ziploc bag?
My next one, the pinky toe.
We have those.
Right. Why? Why do we have the pinky toe?
Because it keeps you balanced.
Right, but surely we can just sort it out so that we don't have a pinky toe.
Because you keep hitting your pinky toe on everything?
Pinky toe's like worst pain. I don't want to hear about pregnancy pain. Pinky toe pain.
You're such a jack.
So I was thinking, how could we fix this? Can we just like take off the pinky toe? But then the next toe becomes the pinky toe.
Right.
That's not a solution. So I just propose that we have just feet without toes. Like, for example, not a sponsor, my G.I. Joe action figures, they stood up just fine. And
Well, they had toes. They were just imprinted into the plastic.
Right, and they didn't come apart.
Right.
Fine, imprint me some toes. But I just don't need these things hanging like out the side and just to get, for me to hit or to bend back or anything. We don't need toes. In fact, I'm not sure how many fingers we need. I think it's possible that we only need 3 fingers. I think we only need thumb and then 2 opposable fingers, and then we're set.
Could you type that way? Because
Dude,
I use all 10 fingers to type.
Right, but we are beyond. First of all, I use 2 fingers on one hand and 1 finger on the other hand to type. And let me tell you, I'm a fast typer. Okay. But we have advanced beyond the need to type.
That's true.
Now we have voice to text, not a problem. Okay. So I think it's possible for us to have just solid feet, no toes, and like 3 fingers on each hand.
I can see this. It seems really unfair that the toe that's on the outside that gets all of the stubbing is the babiest one.
Yeah, well, it's true.
So really, if you can't have just no toes, then you need 2 big toes, one on
One
either
on
side.
either side.
So bookend them.
That's very good. All right, we'll send that in. What's your next one?
So my last one, my last complaint about my body is that the older I get, the more weight I gain, the more things hurt, right?
Okay.
My back hurts more because I have more weight in the front, right?
Sure.
I mean, there are people who they're overweight. They need to have knees replaced or hips replaced because your joints were not made to take on this amount of weight.
Right.
Everybody has an ideal weight range that you should be in. I propose that our bodies just get rid of the excess stuff. So here's the thing. If you take a lot of vitamins, your body will flush out what it doesn't need.
Yes.
So, I mean, there are some vitamins that you can take too much of, but like vitamin C. Once your body hits a saturation level of vitamin C, it stops retaining it, and then your body flushes it out. Why can't we do this with calories? Why can't... So everybody tells me, you should be in the 1,500 calorie range for trying to lose weight. Why can't my body just flush out the rest of those calories?
Well, because we need to retain some calories.
Right, 1,500 of them, and then done for the day. I'll pee the rest of them out. That's fine. Like I do the rest of the vitamin C and or the fat. Just you hit your saturation level of carbs, you hit your saturation level of fat, you hit your saturation level of calories, and then your body just, gets rid of it through the waste system.
Okay.
If my body can do this with vitamins, it can figure out how to do it with carbs.
So you're just saying no fat or limit the fat.
I'm not limiting the fat because clearly I do not have the self-control.
Right. No, but
my body needs to employ the system for me.
I'm not certain how to write that down, but I've just put no fat. Okay. Next. My next one. I've actually got 2 more.
All right.
So my next one is I propose that we don't have a front and a back.
You just have a middle?
No, that it's all the same. I propose that all of our joints bend both ways.
Okay.
And that our heads go 360 around.
Like an owl.
An owl, so that we don't have to worry about having a front and a back. It's so inconvenient to have a front and a back. Someone can sneak up behind you. Well, that's ridiculous. Or you could be walking along and the path in front of you all of a sudden jumps out a tiger.
And then you run the other way.
And then you've got to exert the extra effort to turn yourself around and go. And then even then, as you're running away, you can't really look back behind you, right? Because you'd have to slow yourself
down. It slows you down, yeah.
Right. But if I'm walking along, I have no front and back. The joints go all the ways. I'm walking, I see the tiger, then instantly I'm running away. Instantly. And I can just swivel my head to see, if the tiger's there or if he's gone, if I've outpaced him. Man, we don't need a front and a back.
Couple questions.
Go ahead.
How are you going to sit?
You can sit either way.
You can't sit on your
groinal
area.
No, we're moving that. I've already figured that out.
That's your last one. That's
my last
them?
one. We're moving that.
And then my other question for you is, if you can't turn yourself around, you just automatically reverse. How are you going to hokey pokey?
You can still turn yourself around and not have a front and a back. You still have sides.
But you just said you were eliminating the need to turn around. You would just automatically reverse, basically.
Okay. I think that all of the good that I'm going to be doing with this, we can lose the damn hokey pokey song.
All right, fine.
I'm going to save us from tigers. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. My last thing is just in general, I find the way that we're set up with our, excretory system and all that stuff, it just doesn't make sense to me, right? And so I'm proposing that we radically redesign where all of that stuff is, right?
Okay.
So I want to move all of the yucky stuff, further down.
To your feet?
To my feet.
With no toes. Flat feet.
Yeah, what, you need toes? No, I don't need toes down there. So I propose that just at the bottom of our feet are holes. And all of the unpleasant things come out of those holes. That what you're doing is you're taking all of the unpleasantness and the smell and all these things, and you're moving it further away from your nose and whatever. You're moving it further down. And also very convenient that you could just be walking along and then get rid of what you need to get rid of, and then you keep going. You don't even necessarily need to use toilet paper or anything. We just wash our feet off like we would wash our feet anyway.
But do you have control over it? Like,
Yes,
you
of
do
course.
still.
Yes.
I don't want my shoes just filling up with stuff that I can't control.
No. You still have. Why would you not have control?
I don't
over
know.
it?
You said you'd just be walking along and it would happen.
We take all that yucky stuff and we just move it down. Now, the good stuff that we have in that area,
the enjoyable places.
Yes. Which, by the way, it's weird to me that like all the yucky stuff and all of the wonderful stuff is in.
all exist in the
It's
same
all the
place.
same place. I don't need that life lesson, right? Because apparently that's like some sort of lesson we're supposed to learn. I propose all of the stuff that's up around our face is pleasant stuff. We get to see, we get to hear and smell and taste. I say that we work it out so all of that other pleasant stuff is up towards our face.
That means the babies are going to come out of my face?
Well, no, the babies are going to come out of your Ziploc.
Okay.
You've determined this, okay? But like we're separating the yucky stuff from the wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff goes up here. Like we could have an extra long nose. Who knows? I don't know. And my nose extra long. And then all the yucky stuff down by our feet. Makes perfect sense to me.
Well, I was trying to picture what, if you hadn't have moved the pleasant stuff up higher, what 2 feet coming together would look like.
No.
So,
There's
no
just
pun
no
intended.
point to that. There's no point. Look, our feet already stink, right?
Right.
So we're just, we're doubling down on, okay, our feet are going to stink. That's going to be a thing. But obviously, always wipe your feet, keep them super clean.
Yeah.
Don't touch your feet and then touch your face. All of the things. I just think it makes perfect sense that we have all of the great stuff up here and all of the yucky stuff downstairs.
Okay, so what we haven't decided is to whom we're sending these solutions this week. Because I need to know who's going to re-engineer our bodies.
I have decided that the perfect person, and we're going to send this to a scientist.
Okay.
A scientist that I greatly admired even from when I was a child, very, very well-renowned scientist. We're going to send these solutions, once we pick them, to Dr. Bunsen Honeydew.
Okay.
And Beaker.
Yes.
All right. So we have 7 things that we need to narrow down to 5 for some weird arbitrary reason that we decided.
That's all Bunsen will take.
He's going to sort it out.
Well, I mean, if anybody can fix this, it's a Muppet. I was thinking maybe we should...
That's very good. Yep.
I was thinking maybe we should send it to Mattel. They've got a lot of extra revenue with the Barbie movie coming in. You were talking about G.I. Joe. They could randomly just, take off the plastic parts and shuffle them back together like Mr. Potato Head.
Ken already doesn't have
He has a
unpleasant
smooth
stuff.
place.
Yeah, he has a smooth place, so...
But I think that Bunsen's a good idea. Okay.
All right, so here's the things we have. We need to pick 5 of these, and I'll let you go first.
Okay.
Shark's teeth, bubble wrap under the skin, fix the eyelids, pregnancy zipper, reduce the number of fingers and no toes, no fat, and then erogenous zone up above, excretory zone down below.
All right. I got it. I have to have a pregnancy zipper. Pregnancy screwed up my body.
Okay. I think you have a delightful body.
Thank you.
Oh, you know what I didn't list there? I also didn't list no front and no back. And I want that. I want to be able to turn on a dime and run away because I am, ladies and gentlemen and others, a coward.
All right.
All right, what do you got?
I would like my body just knows its limits of carbs, sugar, calories, and then we'll just flush the rest of it out.
Okay, down your feet, clearly.
Yes.
I need to pick the differentiation of wonderful stuff and yucky stuff.
Okay. So that's 4.
That's 4. So
One more?
you get to pick the last one.
I think that I'm going with the eyelids.
Oh, excellent.
And I don't really know why, other than that's interesting to me. It's like transition lenses for your eyes. You go outside and they become sunglasses. I mean,
good.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
All right, so the new human body. It's a wonderful thing to behold, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 2 sets of eyelids, one for night, one for day. We've got a zipper down, or you have a zipper down your front where you can just zip it down, take the baby out. We're all good. We have, we excrete all of the extra things, right? We know we're not building up fat, and we do it through our feet.
Yes.
That's the other thing. We do it through our feet. And also, our face has all of the great stuff. Our face is where it's at, baby. And then we don't have front and back. And so all the wonderful stuff is in our face, but we can also twist it 360 degrees.
That's right.
If we want.
Oh, that's...
That's a whole bunch of
Some
new
options.
a whole bunch of new theme parties there. Watch out, Party City. All right, I would say then the human body, we have it
Unscrewed.
This is the time where we normally read some viewer emails or questions. We don't have any this week, so I'm just going to send you over to unscrewitup@gmail.com. Please send us some questions. We'd love to be able to unscrew you up. All right, Amanda, that's all the time we have. And besides that, I think that we've unscrewed up everything that there is.
We fixed it all.
We did fix it all. Want to remind you that Unscrew It Up is a part of the Whole Care Network. Whole Care Network is a network of podcasts, but also it's got educational resources and support for people who are caregivers. And so go over to thewholecarenetwork.com and check that out. And coming pretty soon, the Whole Care Network is going to have a streaming radio station.
Really exciting things on the horizons.
I'm actually putting together some blocks of programming now for that. I'm very excited. I'm going to be heavily involved with that, and we'll let you know as soon as that happens. So you'll be able to listen to all of the podcasts in one place. And that's pretty cool. Plus music hours, and it's going to be good. You can request songs. You can contact all the different people and all the different podcasts. It's pretty cool. We'll have the Hokey Pokey in heavy rotation. How about that?
Good, thank you.
All right, so until next week, whatever you do,
don't screw it up.
Bye.
Bye.